What's up, honey?
This is Dee's crush.
Seriously?
Mm.
Is she from Evolution?
Yep.
Alrighty then.
She got really mad when he took a picture of her.
Seriously? Jimmy, welcome in, welcome in. Oh well, you're his little sister, you're allowed. We the truckers.com. Justin, welcome in, welcome in. What do we got going on here? On YouTube and Facebook, welcome in. TikTok, welcome in. Not Today, WB, welcome in. Today, we are checking out We the Truckers. That's who we're checking out today. Has anybody else been to this website yet? Yes, no, maybe. How's everybody doing? BHG, welcome in. BITU, welcome in. Mr. Adams, 1963. How are you, man? How are you? Welcome in. I'm glad you're here. Mike, welcome in. Welcome in. How you guys doing? Rick is here. Frank is here. Oh, Wild Child is here. Welcome in, Wild Child. Omar Garcia, welcome in. TWA74. Hey, Jane, welcome in, welcome in. How's everybody doing? Hey, Emma over on YouTube. What's going on? Hello, Cat Fake. How you doing? I see you guys on YouTube. I see you. Welcome. None, welcome in. How are you? Henry, welcome in. How's everybody doing? Hey, thank you for the heart me. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you, Wild Child. You're always good to me, man. Catty Fake. Hello, how are you? How are you? How are you? What's going on in your neck of the woods today? Tonight, we're just chilling. We're chilling on YouTube and Facebook. We're chilling on TikTok here. And X, I thought I could get away with just paying for 1 month and going live on Restream. But apparently not. You got to pay every single month to go on live on X. And it's not worth it to me at this time to do that yet. No, Cat Fake, I have not seen you yet. I have not seen you yet. Welcome in, everybody. How's everybody doing? I'm glad you're here. Charles, welcome in. Brother, I'm so sorry. I missed your live at 5. I was going to be there, bro. And then my water tank blew, bro. My water tank, well, it cracked. It didn't blow, but it cracked. Started going all over the garage. So I had to call the plumber and I had to take care of it. So my apologies, dude, but I will be to the next one. I promise. For sure. For sure. Wayne, welcome in. How are you doing? Wild Child, thank you for liking the live, everybody, and sharing. Lettuce salad, welcome in. Let me try to get these together so I can read the two at the same time. Just so everybody knows, here on TikTok, if you see me looking over here like this, and on YouTube and Facebook, if you see me looking over here like this, it's because I'm looking at the TikTok, Facebook, and X, okay? So my apologies. I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful. I just trying to respect both of you by looking at both of you in the eye. Catfish has 1,000 subscriptions. Right on. That's awesome. Good for you. Good for you. Cool, cool, cool. Bengay, hello. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you again thank you for sharing the live. Thank you for liking the live and commenting. That helps push it out into algorithm land. So if anybody has seen my last video, I'm pretty excited about it because as you can see, I was talking about the United States Senate Committee on Commerce, Science, and Transportation. And I was calling out the 28 senators that are on that committee that are basically screwing us over. Okay, if you're a truck driver or small carrier, yeah, you're not making a lot, are you? You're probably not even making a living wage. And that's because that department is not looking out for us. Isn't that their job to look out for the American truck driver? But they don't. What's up with that? Brad, welcome in. Benga Wave says, my name is Sam. Well, hello, Sam. How are you? Welcome into YouTube land. How are you? How are you? I'm glad you're here. I'm glad everybody's here. Charles, thank you for reposting. So like I said, Charles, do you have like a consistent time you're going live throughout the week? Or was it just random like what I'm doing right now? Was it random, the one tonight at 5 or 7 Central? Just curious. Okay. Just as needed. Okay. If you guys aren't following Charles yet, please go follow Charles Claiborne. Amazing guy. He knows his stuff. He has taught me a lot and inspired me a lot as well. And I'm very grateful for him. If anybody would like to come up, tonight is just a chill night. We're just chilling. I'm only gonna probably be on here for about a half hour. I just wanted to talk about my video about the 28 senators, the U.S. Senate Committee on Commerce, Science, and Transportation. Has anybody seen? If you go do your research, like let's take Ted Cruz for example, right? Republican in Texas. If you go look at what his net worth in 2018, and then you look at his net worth today, today's worth $11.24 million. I've been trucking for 11 years. I budget well, don't smoke, drink, go to the casino, none of that. Okay, I don't buy senseless consumerism crap, right? I just get what I need. I don't have $11 million. So how did Mr. Ted Cruz, how did you get $11 million? I want to know. Yeah, Crooked Ted. All right, well, how do we vote them out? How do we get people to vote out these people? So I have 15 here, right? And wait till tomorrow. I'm posting some pretty cool videos tomorrow on what I think about all 28. Yeah, I said it, all 28. I point out each senator, I tackle one problem. Senator per, sorry, my parents were just trying to call me. I tackle one senator and one problem. So out of the 8, and it's a 2-part series of my video that I'm going to come out with tomorrow, similar to the one I posted tonight. The first video is 15, and the second one is what is it? I don't know what it is. 13, right? Equaling the 28 senators involved in the trucking industry, right? And of those 28, I tackle 28 trucking problems, and I look straight into the camera and I ask them, so Ted Cruz, what do you think about this? So Jackie Rosen, what do you think about this? For etc. And we'll see what they have to say. Let's see. Charles says, Ted's district has the largest CDL fraud uncovered. Wow. That really breaks my heart, man. And it upsets me. That's Charles Claiborne also says, Mr. Stop Fraud has massive CDL fraud. Yeah, doesn't surprise me. So we got to put a stop to this. One thing, Charles, if you and Bob and Wayne and Jane and a lot of other people has taught me anything, it's we the people, we the truck drivers are going to be the only ones to tackle these problems. Let's see, on YouTube, it's not going to be the government. We the people have to get involved. Let's see, on YouTube, ask Bernie or Bengal asks, what is Truckers Unite Now? Truckers Unite Now is a group a team of truck drivers that are advocating for the middle class in America and for truck drivers all over the United States of America to tackle trucking problems in the trucking industry, the middle class. Let's bring back ICC regulation. So Richie over on YouTube says, let's bring back ICC regulations. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that. How about regulation? What do you think about before deregulation? Richie, what do you think of that? Again, everybody here, thank you so much for being here. What do you guys think about the truck driver interviews? Do you guys like those? Shall I continue? I'm going to do 100, see how popular they are, see how popular they get. So far, it doesn't seem like they're going that great, but a lot of people like them. So I'm going to do 100 for sure throughout the year. I'll probably get it done by like mid-March, and then we'll continue from there if they get more popular. Let's see, Rivera Bro says, what's up, Vince? Just a heads up, you have to say YT TikTok will be jealous. You have to say, YT? Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. I don't really care anymore, to be honest with you, what TikTok thinks. They just ban everybody. It doesn't matter what you do, brother. I hear you and thank you, but no matter what you do on TikTok, you're never going to win, dude. It's that simple. TikTok is the biggest sensory overload. Dude, I'm overloaded. I feel like I'm literally in Russia or China, bro, on TikTok. YouTube is a lot more free, and Facebook, but I hear what you're saying loud and clear. So thank you for that. I've learned a lot from you guys. Charles says it's nice to hear from others so that the more you do, the better you will get at it. It takes time to be perfect. Yep. You're right, man. I'm just barely getting my little pinky toe, brother. My little pinky toes just barely dipping in the ocean, right? Not even the pool, the ocean. And I'm just like, all these years, man, since I was 16, I thought I knew so much. And it's like, I feel like I'm a little infant baby, Charles. I feel like I'm a little infant baby just barely scratching the surface on a whale. Or 1,000 whales, you know what I mean? So yeah. Let's see, Benji says, how many trucks do you have? I have one truck, Benji. I'm a one truck, one man show in America, as you can see. And I'm barely making ends meet. So that's why we started Truckers Unite Now, because we're just sick and tired of being sick and tired. At first, I was begging the government and naive, thinking that the government was going to actually solve my problems, but they are my problem. The US government is my problem. You know why, Benji? Because they're not working for we the people today. They are working for themselves and their families. They're not working for our families like we hired them to do. The United States government are our employees. They work for me. But you know what? They're not working for me right now. They're taking all my tax dollars and none of it's going here. It's all going over here and all around the world, except the good old USA. And I'm sick and tired of it. I don't want $1 of my taxes going anywhere. I can't speak for your tax money, but I can speak for mine. And I'll tell you what, I don't want $1 of mine anymore going anywhere except for the United States of America until every man, woman, and child is the middle class, except for the people that choose to be poor, except for the, there's people out there choose to be poor, people out there that they have no motivation or work skills, or they choose, to do substances or other things and teach their own. But most of us, 90% of us are just decent middle class people, and we're tired of it, man. Jane says they're great. They're great gives a real life story from the truckers. They're great. It gives a real life story from the truckers. Yeah. You're right, Jane. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Red Draymond says you should join the. Yeah, I'm not gonna even say that word, but no thanks. I don't want that. That's for sure. That's what we're doing right now by giving all our money away to other countries. Don't you think, Draymond? He says, Charles Byrne, you should unblock me on Facebook. That's between you two. Rivera Bro says, I'm all for supporting Vince. but just remembering that not all non-domiciles like me are bad. You are absolutely right, sir. Not all non-domiciles are bad, especially when you understand what non-domicile really means. Let's see. Charles says they already took 50 million. What's a few million more? Yeah, no doubt, man. Sick of it. All right, let's see. Benji over on YouTube says, Sir, I am a merchant Navy officer. Well, Benji, thank you for your service. That's awesome, dude. How is that? What's that like? That must be cool being out on the waters. I was actually a commercial fisherman for about 6 years when I was in my 20s. I was a commercial fisherman in Moss Landing, California, which is right next to Monterey Bay. I'm sure everybody here knows about Monterey Bay. Well, Moss Landings is just north of Monterey Bay, about 10 miles. Castroville, Watsonville, they're the artichoke fields up there in Northern California by the ocean. And I fished for nearshore rockfish, fun fact, and California halibut. And it was a great business until the federal government got involved in that too. And the state of California politically got involved in the commercial fishing industry and destroyed it. So instead of giving more tags, there's only so much fish in the ocean, right? So commercial fishermen will not take the last two of a fish, like a male and female. They'll throw it back, and they'll actually, because that's their next year's catch, right? But a sport fisherman will take everything out of the ocean until there's nothing left. But guess what California did, and the federal government? They gave it all to the sport fishermen, of course, because money. So what are you gonna do, man? Till we the people step up and fight, ain't nothing gonna change, y'all. So Rivera says, or no, Charles says, yeah, I already read that, sorry. Thank you for the follow, Polly. Appreciate you. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Jane says, WeTheTruckers.com send love so much. Not in your fan club, but in the top 3 contributes. Nice. Yeah, I actually got that up right here, Jane. Check it out. Hold on. Check this out. I was just looking at your website, We the Truckers. I don't know if you guys can see that. This is WeTheTruckers.com. It's full of advocates. I was reading this the other day. We can go over some advocates. If any of you would like me to read one of these advocates' bio, I can do that. Hold on. There's 4, right? There's 8. There's 12. There's 12, and then there's a bunch of bills for the trucking industry. All right, there's a lot. There's a lot going on in here. And then here is Jane and Mike. These are the founders of WeTheTruckers.com. Amazing people. I know them both. I'm friends with both of them. And they are really amazing people that are doing their best to try to save the American trucking industry. And they're trying to save the middle class. We're all working as a team to do our best. We're doing all of this out of our pockets. We're working for free. We don't mind doing it because we love our country. We love our people. We love our truckers. And we are truckers. And that's what we're doing. You want me to read mine? Are you serious, bro? You're joking, right? How about I read yours? I'm going to read yours, dude. Wild Child says, good early morning, everyone. Yeah, it is. You're not wrong. All right, no, but seriously, do you want me? Which one do you want me to read, you guys? We have. I'd really rather not read mine. I really will if you want me to. I don't know if you're joking or not. We got Vince with Truckers Unite Now. We got Otis Cooper Jr., the bounty hunter trucker. We got Bob and Deb Murphy, morning coffee with Bob, excuse me. We got Charles Claiborne with the highway fever. All right. We got the McCone Company. Everybody knows AFFTRA, right? All right, fine. I will read mine. One sec. We got Carriers United at Leander Richmond, the Pontificator. We got Big Rig Nation, Patrick, over there at Big Rig Nation. He goes over payroll with truckers and shows the lies that, everybody says truckers are making so much. He proves that that's not true today. We got American Truckers United. We have Mr. Jamie Anderson, Texas trucker. Wow, 12:50. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, Wild Child. Man, I thought it was late for me. You're right. It's tomorrow where you're at. We got Andrew Oliver with Otis Trucking. He sells trucks but loves the trucking industry. We got Chris Bennick with Justice for Truckers. He used to be uh, with Pastime for a Change, but they broke away. And now Chris is kicking butt and taking names with Justice for Truckers. We got James Lamb, right? James Lamb knows a lot, and that's who we got. All right, Oliver is a great guy. All right, I'll read mine real quick. All right, here we go. Here we go. You know, yesterday I had it up on the big screen, Charles, just so you know. One sec. Okay, I'm getting there. Let's get this right. Okay, Vince, known across TikTok as Truckers Unite Now, is one of the most consistent and respected pro driver voices in the industry. His content blends common sense breakdown, sharp analysis, and a calm, level headed approach to the chaos drivers face every single day. Vince is known for taking complicated issues, rates, regulation, market manipulation, and industry corruption, and turning them into conversations drivers can actually understand and take action on. He isn't loud, he isn't flashy, and he isn't here for attention. Vince built his platform on integrity, patience, and a genuine desire to help drivers think for themselves instead of getting swept under misinformation or industry propaganda, which is very true. He challenges bad ideas without attacking the person behind them. He works daily to bridge divides between companies, drivers, owner-operators, small carriers, and influencers. Vince's mission is simple: educate, empower, and unite drivers on the truth, not the drama. Through TikTok, live streams, and group discussions, he became one of the steady voices helping bringing trucking back to the place of respect, transparency, and collaboration. Yep, we're going to read Charles's in a minute. Don't you worry, Jane. Vince isn't out to be a leader, but his level head, honesty, and consistency has earned him the trust and of drivers across the country. He's a crucial part of the grassroots movement to fix the industry from the ground up. Now, one thing is very true, okay? My biggest goal, our biggest goal at Truckers Unite Now is to unite drivers. Because when I started hearing 11 years ago that truck drivers will never unite, I refused to believe that. I'm not going to believe that. I still won't believe that. I never will believe that. And my hope is that we are all 2 million of us real American truck drivers are going to unite one day. And then the second thing that we would really like to see is to inspire other drivers to be their own advocate. Because at the end of the day, no one man, no 10 men, no 100 men and women are going to get this done. It's going to take we the people. It's going to take all 350 million people to fix our country, not just trucking, but our country. Let me read some of these and then we'll go to Charles. Paul says, did you get to talk with anybody when in Washington? No, but Trump did hear my voice when he was talking about the passing the Mary Jane thing with Fox. Yeah, guess who was out there? Truck drivers need help. The ATA is lying to you. The American Trucking Association is lying to you, Mr. President. So he did hear my voice. He just did ignore me. But hey, I've been... How many times have I been now? Twice? 3 times? Twice. So March will be 3, and I'm going again. And I'm not going to stop. Charles Claiborne says, Jane, stop encouraging the children. Jane says, hee, yeah, you little stinker. All right, Michael says, I'm blessed. The first 10 people who message me with faith stay blessed. Okay, I don't know about that. Let's read Mr. Claiborne's. Let's do it. Woo! We're gonna do it with the highway fever. Look at this guy. Look at that amazing advocate right there. YouTube. Do you see it? YT? Do you see it? TikTok? That's Charles Claiborne, by the way, with highway fever. Amazing man. Here we go. This dude's awesome, man. This dude inspired me many, many months ago. I had the pleasure of, getting his personal number and being able to speak with him. And, that's right. Never back down and surrender, says Charles Claiborne. Here we go. We are done being polite. This is Charles Claiborne talking, not me. We are done being polite. We are done being patient. We are done watching politicians and pencil pushers decimate an industry they know nothing about. If you haul freight in this country, this is your movement. You want the truth? Here it is, raw and unfiltered. Washington has been chipping away at trucking for years. Regulation after regulation, mandate after mandate. Paperwork written by people who can't even back up a minivan, much less a 53-foot trailer. We keep our heads down. We keep rolling. We keep America alive. But now they want to replace us. You heard what the president said. That America doesn't have the talent. That we need to bring in workers from outside our borders to get the job we've done for generations. And I don't know about you, but that doesn't sit right with me. Not after everything we've been through. Not after everything we carry on our backs every damn day. Truckers, you keep this nation moving. You keep this nation alive. You drive through a pandemic when the roads were empty and the country was terrified. You delivered food to empty shelves. You rolled through riots, storms, shutdowns, and regulations that would break the average man or woman. And now you've been told America needs new talent. That you aren't enough. That you can be replaced. We sleep in truck stops while the world was locked inside of their homes. And we never stopped. Never. So don't tell me America lacks talent. Don't tell me that truckers aren't capable. Don't tell me the solution is to import a workforce while your workforce, the American workforce, is out here breaking their backs for scraps. He's absolutely right, because American truck drivers, we actually run the country no matter what's going on because we love our people. So don't take advantage of us. Reward us. Anyway, he didn't say that. I said that, but here we go. You say you want to make America great again? Then start by respecting the people who make America function. Well said, Charles. Hold on, we're not done yet. Start by respecting the men and women who, with clasped hands, sleepless nights, and a lifetime of sacrifice behind the wheel. So don't take this lying down. Don't shrug it off. Don't say, oh, well, that's politics. Your future, your family. Truckers, don't let anybody, not a president, not a politician, not a CEO, tell you you're replaceable. Stand up, speak out, push back. Because if you don't fight for trucking, no one else will. They wave the doors wide open. Fast track people with no stake in this country. Cut corners, they dump thousands of unprepared drivers onto America's highways. And politicians could brag about labor solutions. Also, mega carriers could save money. And remember, they're only 14%. We're 86% owner-operators. This isn't immigration, this isn't labor dumping, and this isn't wage sabotage. This is American workers being replaced by cheap bodies, and they think we won't notice. And they expect you to quietly step aside. Number one, more. Let me remind you of what's happening. Remember, this is Charles Claiborne speaking. I didn't write this, Charles did. In Florida, a recent crash unalived 3 people after a non-citizen driver made an illegal U-turn with his tractor trailer. Y'all remember that. I know you do. It's national news. The wreck was one of the several fatal crashes, including non-domiciled, counted at least 5 in a single year. The new restrictions, they didn't just happen because men and women got hurt. So when politicians tell you that there aren't talented worker, that they are talented workers filling the gap, what kind of talent is that exactly that ends in tragedy? So when politicians tell you, oh, I already read that, sorry. They fast track CDLs for people with temporary or non-permanent status. They gutted the security. They ignored safety for the sake of numbers. And now, too often, they gamble on ending wrecks and fatalities and broken families. This is not recruiting. This is labor dumping. This is reckless endangerment. They load us up with mandates, hours of service, ELDs, fine print. But when they let unqualified or improperly vetted drivers on the road, they rewrite the laws after bodies are counted. Am I wrong? This isn't regulation. This is a trap. Here's where we draw the line. Stop issuing non-domicile CDLs without rigorous checks. No more shortcuts. Full broker transparency. No shell games. No middleman secrets. Real enforcement, not a wink and a nod while profits are made. Safety over cheap labor because lives are more valuable than costs. You're right, Charles. A seat at the table where politicians are made by people who live trucking, not by the people who just broker it. Well said. If you're driving tonight or fueling up or just sitting in that cab thinking about what's happening, you are not alone. You are not powerless. We need to speak up. We need to organize. We need to demand change, real change, because if we don't, they will treat us like we don't matter. They will treat our lives like a cost center. They will treat our industry like a temporary gig. But here's the truth they don't want to hear. Without American truckers, this country stops. Without our voices, they'll never fix what they broke. And without our fight, nothing changes. We are not a political talking point. We are not faceless labor. We are truckers, the last cowboys of the asphalt. Well said again. And we refuse to be sidelined while Washington and big business gamble with our lives. Because here's the truth, and you know it. When an American trucker stops, everything stops. Factories go silent. Grocery shelves empty, fuel stations dry up, the economy collapses within days. Days. We proved this during the pandemic. We proved it during every crisis. We prove it every single day. But somehow the people in charge forget who runs this nation and who keeps this nation alive. Here's your reminder. We demand an end to non-domicile loopholes. Oh wait, I already read that, I'm sorry. Respect for the people who literally carry the U.S. economy on their back. This is not a request, this is not a suggestion, this is a declaration. If you're listening right now, if you're rolling down I-40 or parked at a truck stop under a buzzing light, you are not powerless. You are not forgotten. You are not replaceable. But if we stay silent, they will replace us. So stand up, speak loud, push back, and unite. Because the future of trucking isn't written by Washington. I learned this about 4 months ago. That's true. It's written by us. It's written by us. By the people behind the wheel. By the people hauling the freight. By the men and women who actually make this country move. Charles Claiborne, Highway Fever. We applaud you, sir. All right, let's see what we got here. Sorry, I got to get caught up on Charles Claiborne says, Vince, keep inspiring, keep uplifting, keep being you. I love watching you grow and become a voice. Thank you, Charles. I love reading your speech, man. It's a great speech, man. How you came up with that so clean and sharp. I envy that. And I hope to be that good 15, 20 years from now. You know what I'm saying? I can only dream of being that well versed. That's pretty good. Gil09 says American drivers, too many accidents and 200 to 400 for a day. Where are you getting your facts? That does not sound right at all. And just so you know, when it comes to an accident with a CDL driver that's involved in an accident, 90% of the accidents, if you take 100 accidents that a professional driver, a CDL driver is involved in, it's only their fault 10% of the time. So I respectfully disagree with you on that, wherever you got that information. Jane says, Charles, I should have limited your word count. Bah, just kidding. Charles says, Jane, WeTheTruckers.com. Seriously, you used my whole special now. Now what do I say? And then she laughs. And you're welcome, Gillo9. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, if you want to prove me wrong, dude, I love debating, and I love people proving me wrong because I don't want to give bad facts. That's my enemy, is bad facts, because words matter and words hurt people. All right. So if you're an advocate or if you're making a comment or any of that, it's important that we all have our facts straight. We're not just being parrots. Because what I've noticed is going on in our country, in America, is we seem to be like parrots, and I'm guilty of it too, where we just say what somebody else says. Oh, did you hear so and so? And did you hear this? And did you hear that? We're just talking to talk. We're just repeating the information that we heard instead of actually fact checking it, cross-referencing it, and that's not good. That all we do is continuously hurt people, right? And I don't want to be a part of that. So if I'm wrong on something, man, tell me. Yeah, Charles Claiborne says facts matter. So let's see. I'm gonna check something out here real quick. Gillo, are you just gonna keep saying the same thing? Because I'm gonna mute you, brother, if you're just gonna keep saying the same thing, trying to get people's attention on that. So if you want to give me a reference on that, where you're getting that information, I'd gladly look it up and I'll read it right now to everybody. I don't mind doing that. But if you're just gonna keep spamming, dude, let's see. No, I explained to you. Okay, let me see. Let me go back and look. I don't see where you did explain it to me. You just said the same thing twice, man. So let's hear it where it's at. YouTube, you're quiet all of a sudden. What's going on over there? YouTube, Facebook. Hello, Richie. Richie Respeak. How you doing in Facebook land, brother? How you doing? How you doing? Let's see. Oh, okay. Jane says, I think he miswrote it. Okay, it's possible. Do we want to read another advocate? Would somebody like to come up and talk with me for a little bit? What's going on, honey? What's going on? What's wrong? Excuse me 1 second, you guys.
Nothing's wrong. I don't know what to do. I'm getting bored of this game.
Do you want to watch TV with the boys? I'm going to be on for probably, 30 more minutes.
Like a weird show.
I see. Let's see.
With a stalker and death killer. Because that's all they want.
All right. Gillo09 says, first stop broker stealing money, all broker American. You only care about foreign driver, bro. So that is not true. What I care about is bad players. So foreign doesn't matter to me. What does matter is a legal citizen. Yes, that is very important because that's our laws. That's what 350 million people in America voted on hundreds of years ago, right? Is we follow the law to become an American citizen, whether you first come here or you start the process somewhere else. You have to knock on the front door, right? You can't just sneak in the back. You can't just sneak in the back right here and come in. You have to knock on the front door, be properly vetted, and be accepted. You can't just come in illegally. So that's not true. Foreign drivers don't matter to me. If they're American, they're American. I have a lot of American friends, Cuban friends from Cuba, friends from all over the country. My stepmom's actually Indonesian. I've known her for 35 years, love her more than anything. She's a great person. So it's not about a foreigner driver or an American driver. It's about following the law and being a true professional, brother. That's what it's about. True professional, being trained properly so that people don't get unalived on our roads in America. You know why? Because our families are here, man. Our families are here. This is our country. This is where, we're born and raised. This is where other people come from other countries legally and they reside here and they start families and they love their families and I love my family. We all love our families. So we just want our families to be safe with properly trained individuals with an 80,000 pound vehicle. Okay. So like, one of these, you need to be properly trained on one of those too. We wouldn't just let someone carelessly use one of those, right? Or like practicing or hunting or something like that. So why would we give someone an 80,000 pound vehicle and allow them on the road with a legal license if they don't really know what they're doing? So foreign, not foreign, okay. Even if they're here illegally, the number one thing I want that I would like to see is professionalism for a truck driver, to be properly trained, to know what they're doing. And it's a lifestyle, man. It's not a job. It's a career path. It's not even a career path. It's a lifestyle. If you get in a big rig, in my opinion, okay, you should love what you do, be passionate about what you do, and you should definitely be safe. You should, our schools need to be much, they need to be trained. They need to be better taught. And my opinion is for our schools to get rid of third-party testers. I don't even think we should have third-party testers. I think we should have strict DMV instructors. That's what mine was. I didn't get my CDL from a third-party tester just wanting $5,000 and let me graduate. Here you go. Here's a CDL. Go make money. No, it's not what it's about. Driver make an accident, only driver experience 10 days. Yeah. Okay. Well, now you got a good point. Gillo says, yep. Swift and Warner put a driver on the road, made an accident, only driver experienced 10 days and gave them a solo. See, now you're talking, bro. That's what I'm talking about. So these and that's a mega carrier. I doubt a small mom and pop shop would have done that. If you and I, Gillo, started a trucking company and we had 5 trucks, you think you and I would allow a driver out after 10 days to be a solo? No way. Dude, it took me 5 months, 4 or 5 months before they let me out on my own. And I wasn't even ready then. Now with 11 years experience and 1.3 safe miles, they shouldn't have even let me go after 4 or 5 months. It really should be like 7, 8 months, my opinion, but I get it. Everybody needs to make money this second, right? We're so pressured to make money. That's how this is happening. It's not about the lifestyle. It's about everybody is so pressed to make money and pay their bills because everything is so expensive that we're all pushed into corners and boxes that we don't want to be in. Am I right? It shouldn't be about that, man. It should be about passion and commitment and integrity and morals and values, and it should be about the American way, man. Passion. What's the best thing ever, like in the military? A paid soldier or a volunteer? Which one's more powerful? Well, the volunteer, right? Because the volunteer signed up for it. The volunteer believes in what he's doing. The paid soldier is, or what do you call it? The draft. You have a lot of soldiers that don't even want to be there, so they don't fight as well. They don't train as well. But Gillo says, I have trucks. I have 7 trucks. I've hired 2 years experience. Awesome. That's what I'm talking about, dude. That's amazing. That's great. I love it, brother. That's you're a good person. I like to hear that, man. That is wonderful. All right, let's see. Facebook. I gotta resubscribe on my X to be able to go on live. X, I tried to get away with. I thought you could just do a month subscription and get verified, which just basically give them $15 for the month. And my subscription just ran out and it won't let me go live on Restream on X because you gotta pay every month. And it's not worth it to me yet to pay that, but yep, you're right, Charles. Loving the dream. So yeah, so Gillo, the number one thing that I try to inspire people on focusing on is not the US government, because the US government is not we the people. The US government is not America. The US government is the US government. We the people are the American spirit. We are the patriots that love this country. Not to say there's not a few officials within the government that love this country. I believe that there are. But today, my opinion, I think there's only like 5%, if that, of government officials that truly love this country the way I do or the way you do. All right? The American dream, man, is everything. Our forefathers, they designed a beautiful constitution that everybody seems to want to be a part of, but yet nobody wants to follow it or say that the Constitution matters or it needs to be updated or it's too old-fashioned. No. The U.S. Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, what those documents are is very similar to the New Testament in the Bible. It's the human heart, brother and sisters. It's the human heart. And one thing never changes generation after generation after generation after generation, and that is the human heart. Clothes might change. Technology might change, okay? But one thing that never changes is our heart. The greed, the lust, the passion, the love, the hate, all those things never change in the human being. So our forefathers designed a document with the help of God Almighty that gave us the Declaration of Independence. So my thought is, yeah, we need to follow it. It's not outdated. If anything, it needs to be reminded. It needs to be pushed into all our young people. Why do you think in schools, in public schools, they don't teach certain things in the Bill of Rights or in the Declaration of Independence? There's a reason. Look it up. I can't say it here. You know what, Gillo? Bro, if I were you, I would get a hold of JJ Consulting. He's one of my friends on here. Look him up right now. JJ Consulting, he can help you. Are you trying to tell me that a broker is from you, taking from you and not paying you? Because if you are, JJ Consulting is the man, bro. He will help you out. That's what he goes against. Charles says, they say I am too radical, but they say Jefferson was. They said Lincoln was. And so I'm okay with that. Me too, brother. You and I are in the exact same agreement on that one. And who was it? Adams that said, the tree of liberty every 200 or 300 years will thirst for patriots and tyrants. You know what I'm saying, right? And when good men do nothing, evil men can only exist when good men do nothing. And women, for that matter. Both men and women. Bullet says, only one way to get the Constitution back. Bullet, I just said it, brother. Adams, it was Adams or Jefferson that said the tree of liberty gets thirsty about every 200 or 300 years. It gets thirsty with tyrants and patriots. I can't say it on TikTok, but do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, ow, you know that? Yeah, I think you get it. Jefferson. All right, it was Jefferson. Yeah. And yes, Bullet, I believe that we're there. Unfortunately, I don't want to be there. I wish it were different. If you look at my last video, I did a video on, Bullet, please check out my last video, share it, repost it, comment 5 words or more, please. Not for me to get popular, but for the algorithm to push it out, because it's about the 28 members of the United States Senate Committee on Commerce, Science, and Transportation. These are the 28 senators out of the 100 in the United States that are involved in the trucking industry. Guess what? They're all millionaires. And if you look at their, I'm not going to say, these are my opinions and my opinions only, and this is for entertainment purposes only. But if you research 2018 prior, you'll see what their net worth was, like Ted Cruz, for example, before 2018, a couple $100K. Right now, today in 2026, it's $11.24 million, Mr. Ted Cruz. And I hope you're watching right now. I hope you're one of these 13 people, because if you are Ted Cruz, I am a truck driver that needs you, sir, my employee. I say this respectfully. You need to work for me. And my pursuit of happiness right now sucks, okay? When I go to work, when I started my business and I put $8,000 down on a big rig, I did it for my pursuit of happiness. I did it for my wife and kids. I didn't do it for you in your pocket. Respectfully, okay? I did it for my family. I did it for my future. I did it for my people. I did it for taxes for these American people. I don't mind paying taxes at all, but it needs to go to these people. It needs to go to these people's children. It needs to go to these people's medical. Our elderly need to be taken care of first. Our people under 16 need to be taken care of first. And then everybody in the middle works. It's that simple. And at 55, we should be retiring with, our properties paid off and 400,000 in the bank. Seriously. And a nice Social Security check to pay our normal bills every month. Period. And property taxes, by the way, need to be a thing of the past, and inheritance tax, thing of the past. It's not right. It's not cool. It needs to end. The bullet says, oh, yeah, I already read that. Is Jane leaving? Later, Jane. Love ya. You and Mike, have a good drive. I know you guys probably drive until 3, right? Boy, everybody got real quiet on YouTube and Facebook. That's all good. So how's everybody doing? Where's everybody at right now? Does anybody want to come up? If anybody wants to come up and talk with me, that's okay too. I'm going to stay on probably like another 8 minutes. If anybody wants to come up and talk to me, that's fine. And if not, that's okay too. I can just keep gibbering on and gibbering on. Yeah, it's time, America. It's time, unfortunately. I don't want it to be, because most people don't really realize what they're talking about when they say it's time. I know what it means, and it's not good. Not good at all. It's not what we have now. I would love to just, oh, Charles left. Okay. Well, that's too bad. Let's see. Lion says also free parking and free baths for truckers and truck stops. Absolutely. Hey, Lion, have you ever been in Wyoming at the I can't think of it right now. Dude, what's the one truck stop? They don't have anywhere else. There's only like 4 of them. I forget what it's called, but they have a bathtub there. It's on the north side of I-80. If you're going eastbound after the Utah border, it's like maybe 100 miles. I forget what it's called. They have ice cream there. Anyways, they have baths there. That's the only one I've seen in the whole country, by the way. Yeah, baths are... I have a bad back. I have 6 rods in my back, so I love taking baths. They help my back pain. I don't take any narcotics or anything like that. So actually, I don't even think I was allowed to say that. Damn it. See, that's what I don't like about TikTok, man. It's like right when you think you're okay to say certain words, they change it on you. They move the goalpost, right? And then you get in trouble. And who can be perfect? I can't be perfect. Toby says, been in a heavy hook for 15 years. Any suggestions for a path back to OR? What do you mean? Toby, what do you mean? You're a tow truck driver? Heavy haul tow truck driver? And you want to get back to OTR? Is that what you're saying, brother? Or what are you saying there? OTR. Okay, that's what I thought you meant. Little America. That's it, Jane. Little America. You said it. Okay, a path back to OTR. Well, that's easy, brother. There's 1,000 jobs available OTR, especially if you have 15 years of heavy haul experience with the tow truck. Dude, if you have your CDL, anybody will hire you. OTR, the hard job to get is local or regional. OTR is simple, man. You can go anywhere with that. My suggestion, though, would be become an owner operator. Do not work for a company unless you don't have the money. If you don't have the money to put like 8 or 10K down on a truck and your credit's not decent, then I would go with a company somewhere. I would personally do reefer. Out of all my friends in different categories of trucking that I've heard about, I've heard reefer is the best, except for you're up late at night. You're delivering and loading like 3 a.m. Actually, I think Jane, don't you guys do reefer? I think Jane does reefer. She could probably tell you more about that. Why are you not insurable? What do you mean? For to be an owner operator, you're not insurable? 15 years, that's a good amount of experience, brother. Bullet says, I'm giving my life to trucking, including 2 divorces, a major heart attack, and 2 disc replacements, etc. See, that's what I'm talking about, brother. I just made a video for men like you. In the next couple days, I'm doing a 2-part video on the 28 senators that are in the United States Senate Committee on Commerce, Science, and Transportation. I give 28 reasons to 28 senators why our lives are being screwed and it makes no sense. And 3 of them you just talked about, dude. Nobody talks about the divorces. Nobody talks about the children that resent us because we chose trucking. Instead, what everybody wants to get on here and say is, well, you chose it. You chose it. Well, you know what? Thank God that I did choose it. Thank God Bullet chose it. You know why? Because nobody in this country would have anything, not a job, not a bathtub, not a pair of glasses, not a pen, not a shirt, not fuel, nothing without men and women choosing the lifestyle that takes our life on average at 62 years old. Listen to what Bullet is talking about. He knows what he's talking about. That's absolutely right. And it's, yeah, Lion says truckers move America. Truckers do move America, and it comes at a high cost, very high cost. That's why I'm always saying, dude, we've earned easily 175K company, that's net, and 350K owner operator net. And a lot of people say I'm crazy. My belief is we need to work half of what we're working. 70 hours is crazy. Why does everybody say it's a flex to work 70 hours? Oh, yeah, bro, I work 70 hours. I'm such a good man. What's good about that? Listen to what Bullet's saying. No, what would be good would be work 30, 40 hours, enjoy life. Like Morning Coffee with Bob, go watch his videos. He'll say it all the time. When he wants to stop, he stops. He enjoys his lunch. He doesn't care. He's like, the load can wait. I am going to enjoy my life. Because the facts is, truck driving is 7 times more dangerous than law enforcement. Truck drivers lose their life on average at 62 years old. We live in a square foot box, a 72 square foot box, 320 days out of the year. We miss birthdays. We miss holidays. We miss surgeries, funerals, weddings. We miss our children's first steps. We miss everything. Mental health, physical health. Sucks, man. DJ says 8 years over the road and divorce. Now I'm so broken. Yep. I hear you, brother. I'm sorry to hear that. See, you should be, in my opinion, if you could work, tell me, if you could work 40 hours trucking, like 3 days a week trucking, right? If you could go 700 miles one way, spend the night, come back 700 miles, and then maybe do a local run or something, and then take the rest of the week off and make triple what you're making right now. Wouldn't your life be good? Couldn't you hold a marriage together then, right? I don't even know why my wife's still with me. Like, I mean, when I'm home, yes, it's quality time. I'm always loving her and romancing her from the phone and on FaceTime, but I know I'm very fortunate. That is not the average truck driver, except for like team drivers make it work. But that's because they're together all the time. It's hard. It's just like military wives or military husbands. Most of them end up in divorce too. They're not getting paid what they should either, in my opinion. Jane says crazy hours and sat too much. Yeah. Lion says, I am a teacher. Do you think switching to truck driving is good? I am contemplating changing lanes. Hang on, let me get this TikTok thing. And man, that's kind of a tough question. That depends on so much, man. So much. Should you switch? Well, that depends. Are you married? Are your kids still young? Do you want to do regional, local, or over the road? There's a lot to that question, brother. I would say, yeah, teaching is hard. I would say stick with teaching unless you really need the money. Bullet, welcome in, man. How are you?
It's just another day.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Sitting in the ice.
Yep.
Trying to get over this damn cold. How you been?
Good, man. Well, not good. My heater just exploded today. Not exploded, but it cracked, so I had to turn it off. Can't fix it till tomorrow. My son's in the hospital. My father's in the hospital, and my daughter almost thought she had an appendix. What is it called? Rupture last night, but it ended up just being something else, minor. So thank goodness for that. But it's like, dude, when it rains, it pours, huh? You can't win.
Damn sure does.
man. And it's like with my son, I have a chronically ill child. So it's like he gets home from I have to stay home and watch the other three kids. So then we start going downhill on the bills because I'm at home. And then my wife and my son comes home, and then I go back out trucking, work my butt off. I'm gone, 20, 30 days at a time. We catch up, and then 4 months later, the same thing happens, and it's just repeat. I feel like I'm in a washing machine or something, you know? So,
You get home pretty often though, don't you?
normally I get home with the economy the way it is right now. I get home about every like 10 to 15 days. I'm home for a couple days, and then I take back off. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, that's good compared to most. A lot of people right now are out 3, 4, 5, 2 months, 3 months right
Yeah,
now.
that sounds like me and the wife.
Yeah.
I think we only ended up with maybe 3 weekends last year at home. I don't even
Oh,
know why
man.
we even have the damn house.
Yeah. Equity. Equity, man. Equity you can leave the kids one day.
Yeah, the ex would let me have them.
Yeah, I hear you. Only in
Oh man.
America. Only in America. You know.
So how's your thing going with these politicians and shit?
Um, they're ghosting me, ignoring me, playing games with me. They're very good at it. They have learned nowadays how to be exceptionally good at ghosting you, making excuses. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I personally now kind of think after 5 months advocating, I kind of feel like we're at that point in America where it's going to take, I can't say it obviously on social media, but I kind of think that we're there. Everywhere I go, every single person I talk to is not making it. Elderly, young, old, nobody's making it, dude. And it's just getting worse. Every time you think you might be able to take a breath, the government's like, oh, we're going up 2% on taxes, or the electric's going up, or food's going up, or it's like, dude, I'm not even making it now. What's that gonna do to me? You know?
It's the truth.
Yeah. Uh, I'm cutting a video tomorrow, a two-part video that explains. Uh, I'm basically just calling out all 28 members of the committee, Science and Transportation, that are involved in trucking, and I show a picture like this of all 28 in a two-part, 10-minute each video, and I basically call out 28 problems in the trucking industry, 28 main problems that we're all suffering from, and I ask each senator, why are you doing nothing? You should be voted out. And then I'll go to another senator and I'll be like that. And I'm trying to show all of you like what their faces look like and what their names are and what state they're from, in hopes maybe we can vote them all out. But it would take an act of all 350 million people to get involved. That's what it's going to take, peacefully, to peacefully do something for
That's
change.
the hard part. That's why I was telling you, when we were doing this during, the whole Corona and all that, we tried the peaceful way and it just got nowhere. That's why we end up having to just, the select few, we do slow rolls and hell, even the stuff that we did, even around DC and blocking interstates and everything else, it didn't get nowhere. Hell, the truth be told, we were just trying to get some press coverage. Just
Right.
get it out there. And the sad part about this whole thing, but with change, is you don't see the ones that are trying to do it right and trying to do it peaceful. That never makes the news. Only the bad shit makes the news.
Well, of course.
So
Of course. It's all
whatever
controlled.
you do, it's a double-edged sword at that point.
Yeah, that's what I'm learning. We're all trying to figure out a way to do it peacefully, civilly, constitutionally, uh, where we can bring it back to the 1700s. Because it was a beautiful time when the Constitution was first designed and created. It was a beautiful, prosperous time for everyone, and it could be there again. but people aren't getting involved. They don't want to get involved. They want somebody else to get involved, and they don't realize they are the ones with the power. They've gotten us all so brainwashed to think that we can't do anything when we're the mighty ants against the grasshoppers. You know, we're 99% of the population. The government and law enforcement and the military is only 1%. Just saying, you know.
1700s when, fighting for the Constitution was a totally different thing. Most men of the household, they gave up their life, for that Constitution.
Yep.
That ain't gonna happen. It just ain't. Unfortunately,
right.
I stand toe to toe with the next person, but two people, even 100,000 people ain't gonna do it.
No, you're right. I totally have deja vu right now, so I know I'm in the right place. I swear we've had this exact conversation in the past. We have. That's weird. The thing is, if we the people don't stand up, it's gonna get worse. It's not gonna get any better until we change it. It's not. It's just gonna stay the same. It's gonna get worse. People, because see, their life is completely comfortable. Those 28 senators, look at Ted Cruz, 11.24 million. You think he cares? You or I are making 70 grand a year. Do you think he cares? Honestly, no, he doesn't care. Let's see. Ted Budd of North Carolina, 6.22 million. And that's in the last 7 years. Think he cares? No. Let's see. Shelby Moore Capito of West Virginia, 4.78 million. Think she cares? No, I wouldn't either with $5 million. Well, yes, I would, because I do care for something more than money. There's other things more important than money, but yeah.
See his money.
I have a friend right now. He, great guy. We're about the same age. He was in the Air Force. He's a really good man. He has a wife, 2 little girls, and he's just broken right now. He's given up. He doesn't want to feed the system anymore. He's just like us. He's, figured it out, and he's tired of it. He's tired of giving everything to taxes and other people, and not really. He's not creating any future for himself, right? He's just feeding the giant. He's feeding the system. And he's given up completely. And I talked to him the other day, and I'm like, brother, until you as a lone man standing up, it's not going to do anything. You're just going to lose everything you've worked for the last 20-something years. We all have to stand up collectively to make it count. And a lot of drivers, they'll say that, like a lot of people talk about strikes, this and that, and I've learned we can't strike. Okay, that's fine, but we could be sick 20 hours a week, 30 hours. That would do something. If we all were sick 30 hours a week, that would make a difference. But what a lot of drivers say is, I have to pay my bills, right? I have to pay my bills. Well, are you paying your bills right now? That's what I say. Are you paying them now? Because if you're not, then what's the difference? What's the difference? Okay, if you take a stand today and you lose your Honda Accord today and you win, you'll lose your Honda Accord. But if you win, you'll have a BMW next week. Does that make sense? But if you do nothing, you're going to lose your Honda Accord anyway. So I'm willing to lose everything for something greater, like my pursuit of happiness. That's why I started a business. I didn't do it for the US government and for them to take my taxes and dude, it's like, I don't even know why I started a business now with all the taxes I owe. Like, what was the point? What was the point? Yeah. Yeah, it's nuts. Right. The more you have to work.
Life in general.
Yeah.
There's the upside. You ain't got, somebody, a boss looking over you all the time, which that's a pretty big upside. But then you take into factor of all the stress and everything else with maintenance and
right,
truck being down, and the loads, the freight. And it's just not trucking. This is everybody out there too. I don't know. I really try to be just upbeat and positive. I mean, I'm sick right now, so I probably don't sound like it, but it's hard it's hard to keep that motivation and to try to do right and just walk that line, so to speak. But it's always in the back of the head, of damn, I'm just tired of being a slave.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. All through my 20s, man, I did whatever I wanted. I had fun. I lived life in the fast lane. I didn't follow any rules or regulations. And then when I was about 30, I stopped doing all that. I got married, I settled down, bought a house, all the things, started living life, following the rules, following the laws, doing everything right. And like all it's done is wear me out, make me not like my life, and make me think like what am I even doing? I just owe all these taxes, I owe all this money, and it's like, for what? My pursuit of happiness, it has not been fulfilled, and that is our elected leaders' job, is to make our pursuit of happiness great, not their pursuit of happiness. They are hired by us to work for us, not to work for people in other countries, and that's what they're doing. Load Shark, yes you can. Just DM me, brother. Okay.
Oh, hell, I mean, realistically, look at why and how and why the Social Security and the birth certificate was actually invented. The government's actually supposed to pay for everything on us. I mean, as an American citizen, they're supposed to pay from their side. They got that greed in their eyes, and it went a whole nother way.
I'm actually talking to a constitutionalist right now in Nevada and he's in his 60s. Awesome guy. He's trying to teach me all that right now. I'm starting to go down that rabbit hole of uh like even FMCSA is not supposed to be able to constitutionally, they're not supposed to be able to uh make you where you have to have authority, right? Like you already have authority as a free person. So I know I've just barely started scratching the surface of what you're talking about right now.
Well, that goes
You know,
into like the license and fees. Any kind of license, and if they require a license and charge a fee to it, it's automatically unconstitutional.
right? That's the Chevron indifference, right?
Mm-hmm.
The problem with me is, man, so help me, if I win the lottery and I'm able to just have time to study, God help everyone, man. I wish I just had more time to study. I have my business, my wife, my kids. After all of that, posting videos, trying to get bigger on social media so I can get these messages out there. I only have, 5 hours a week, maybe if that. That's if I decide to only get like 6 hours sleep to study and go into the history. But that, you're right, that's what it's all about, is history. You have to start at history, correct? 1776
Absolutely.
and go upward. That's the only way, from what I'm understanding by other people smarter than me, you know. So,
Yeah, there's a guy on YouTube. Oh, I have to remember his name. I just had a brain fart. I'll remember it, but he has it's about a 5 hour video. And if you're really wanting to, it's not a rabbit hole by no means. But it's also one of them educational things. And he's talking about, the driver's license and how to beat it and blah, 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 blah. And I'm all into that. I mean, to the point I don't, when you're referring to, that other guy was tired of feeding the system.
right.
Well, that's where the wife and I have kind of broken off from feeding the system. So all of our vehicles, our boats, and everything else, none of them have ever been registered.
Hmm.
Uh, shit. I mean, there's many things, like there's no tags on any of our vehicles. But this guy, he goes into detail, and I'm not that one to. It's hard for me to explain things clearly and
Same here.
to understand. And it's so, but this guy, he'll break it down to the point where you'll actually sit back and be like, damn, whoa, is this actually legit? And then you find out it is absolutely legit. But it's one of those things too where the more you learn, the more stressful it becomes, because now you really know the corruption of our government and what they do and how they play us and
Yep.
everything else. It sucks.
Yeah, and once you go down that rabbit hole, you're like, man, I really need to fight for something greater here. There's more to this. There's so much more at risk than just me going to work and surviving and paying my mortgage. It's so much bigger than that. It's so much bigger than me just getting a 401k for myself, and I can't stop myself. I should just think of myself and my family, but at the end of the day, I can't. And you know what? To touch on what you're saying, and then we'll let Scott speak for a minute. um, I know like taxes, I'm starting to learn right now with federal taxes. That's unconstitutional, and but it's we agree to pay it, right? So if you voluntarily say, okay, I'm gonna file every year, you just entered into an agreement that you should have never agreed on in the first place. You did that. I did that. Not knowing. Our parents taught us. Our grandparents taught our parents, and then our parents taught us. Yeah. So
You just said it right there. We voluntarily enter into all of these contracts, and that's what gives them all the power.
So, but I do, to touch on that, I do feel like, I don't know what you think, but I kind of feel like from all the videos I watch and the people I talk to, and I'm not talking about just on social media, but like all over the lower 48 when I'm out there and going around the country, everybody I talk to is over it, and they're getting ready to just stop with paying tax. They're just so fed up. They're like, enough is enough. Yeah. So
I don't know how long.
I do think it's coming, man. I hope it is. We need to. We need to stop and better our life. Um,
How do you stop feeding them? Stop giving them money.
yeah, yeah. But supposedly that cost a lot of money to get to that point. You actually have to go to court and stop all the years that you've agreed on paying taxes, and then moving forward, you don't owe anymore because you just don't agree to it. You know. So I don't know. I don't have that money yet. I've heard it's like 20K to get to that point. I don't know that for sure because I'm barely making ends meet paying my bills. So I don't have the money to fight that, but soon. And then the other thing is put everything you own. And this may sound strange, but anything you own, don't put it in your name. Put it in a trust, and you're the beneficiary of that trust. Don't put your car in your name. Don't put your nothing. Don't put nothing in your name. You're a nobody on paper, you know? So yeah, we'll see. Scott, welcome in, man. How are you? Rancroot, thank you for the follow. Scott, are you there? Scott went to sleep. Alrighty. Yeah, Scott, we can't hear you, brother. Where'd you go? Oh, he's gone. But so yeah, I'm looking into that too, putting everything I own in a trust so that the government cannot, oh, he's coming back now. Maybe he had some issues. Yeah, I don't want to give the government anything anymore. Scott, can you hear us?
Hey, let's try again. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, brother. How are you? Welcome in.
Good, man. Yeah, I don't know what's up with my phone. It's almost like the mic has some kind of a sensor or timer in it, and if you sit too long and don't talk, it turns it off or something. It doesn't do it all the time on lives. I don't know why.
Hmm.
But yeah, man.
Weird.
Still see you getting on some, man. Still trying to get the word out and everything. That's good, man. A lot
Yeah.
of people get discouraged and give up after a month or two.
Not me, brother. I told everybody I got about 15 years in me. That's kind of my goal. I'm gonna give 15 years. My mission statement in my brain is whether I fail, fall, succeed, don't succeed, I'm running for 15 years. I'm trying for 15 years. That's my promise to our country that I'm willing to give. And I'm 47, so I think that's a pretty good run. 15 years, and maybe it'll go longer. I don't know, but that in my mind, I do that so that I don't give up. Because trust me, there's about every 3 or 4 days I do want to give up. Especially when you look at your videos and it's got like 50 views or something. You're like, and you put a lot of energy into that video, and you're not, because trust me, we're not making any money on these videos. We're not. This is free work that we're giving here. Unless you have millions of followers, you're not making any money, dude. I mean, $30 a month? Come on. But anyways, yeah, somebody's got to do it, right? Oh man, everybody's wanting to come up now. So yeah, Scott, I'm not gonna give up on trucking, the American dream. Um, we need so many more people, man. That's my main mission is unity and trying to inspire people to become their own advocate, to get involved, because I need you guys. This is partially selfish. I need we the people. I can't do this on my own. There's no way. I need all of us to get involved to make my life better so I can make a bunch of money, right? What do you think, Scott? Scott, you're off again, man, brother. Can't hear you. Apple use, welcome in, man. How are you? Hey, Apple.
Dad,
Hmm.
it's been 40 minutes.
His mic's muted.
Okay, honey. Hey. All right, just so everybody knows, we're gonna run for Scott says, "Damn it, we're gonna run for 9 more minutes, ladies and gents, and then I gotta get to bed. My daughter's in charge while the wife's gone, so she's making sure that that I do what I'm told, if you know what I mean."
Well, I'll tell you, I've got that big app that I've been working on for the past 2.5 years for helping every guy know their numbers and being able to rate any lane, anywhere, anytime, dynamically. And just about got it done.
Okay.
And last Wednesday, I had a little setback. I've been in Nashville, Tennessee. My soon-to-be wife.
Oh.
She had a brain aneurysm rupture on the way to work last Wednesday.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that.
She almost died. They had to rush her to Vanderbilt down in Nashville, because we're about 3 hours north of Vanderbilt. They run her down there and had to do emergency brain surgery on her. And they got it fixed, but it's going to be a long, hard recovery for her. Had blood in the spinal fluid and surrounding the brain, and that's never good. So
Wow.
I
Well,
made it back home yesterday afternoon. Thank you, I appreciate it. She's doing okay. She had a lot of, until I got it fixed, she was just in and out of consciousness. And once they fixed it, they went in from the inside through the artery and snaked a little camera in there and clamped it off from inside the brain. It's amazing what they can do now. But they got it stopped, and within a day, about 24 hours, she was able to stay conscious a little longer and a little longer. And now she's where she can stay awake all day, and it's kind of miraculous, really. It's pretty much a miracle, because when she lost consciousness, she ran off the road, came within 1 foot of hitting a brick house, and
wow.
if it hit that would have been the end. That morning we had freezing fog, so they could not light flight her. They had to put her in an ambulance. And the surgeon said if they had flown her, the pressure changes may have very well ended her in the air. Then she gets down there and has this surgery. They just said that 60% of people with this aneurysm, this particular type, it's deep down inside the brain, close to the brain stem. Over 60% never live long enough to even make it to the hospital. So that's another miracle.
Man, amen.
So she's coming around pretty good. I'm hoping for the best. It could be some setbacks here within the next couple of weeks. They say that the blood vessels on the brain, they really don't like being exposed to blood on the outside of it. They want it on the inside. And when it gets blood in that spinal fluid and around them, it can cause them to contract and spasm. It can cause seizures, blood clots, strokes, things like that. So we got a lot of people praying for and hoping for the best. And if we can make it for the next few weeks here without any complications, I think she's going to be doing pretty good.
Well, now you have 13 more, Scott. Now you have 13 more people praying for her, and she is lucky that you're there for her. And we'll be praying for her, man. That's wow. It sounds like they saved her life like 3 times. She got lucky like 3 times near you know what experience. Oh, there he goes again. Yeah, Scott, I don't, maybe you need a new headset, brother. That happens to me usually when I need a new headset about every 2 to 3 years. If you get that blue parrot. Yep, there he goes. Jane, welcome in. How are you? How are you? What's new?
Hanging out. I probably got a lot of background noise, so I won't talk long.
A little bit. A little bit. That's okay. That's okay.
There we go. Let's start.
Nice. Do you have your headset on or no?
No, I didn't mean to come up.
Gotcha. Gotcha. That's what headsets are so great for. We don't really realize it, but one time I forgot my headset and I was trying to talk to my wife in the truck, and I never realized how loud it is in the truck if you don't have your headset with noise cancellation. Like it's loud, you can barely hear, you know? So Wild Child says, God says, cast all your cares upon me. Scott, that's directed for you, I'm pretty sure. Went out again. Oh, Scott, you're keeping us on our toes today. That's okay, Jane. Yeah, we're gonna take off in about 3 minutes. Stay tuned, everybody, please, and everybody that's listening. Yeah, Scott, I don't blame you. Everybody that heard what Scott just said, please pray for his fiance. By the way, congratulations, Scott. If I didn't say it, congratulations. That's amazing. Any truck driver that has a relationship of somebody that will love on them is a blessing. Definitely is a blessing. This is a hard industry. I actually should make more videos on that, being transparent and telling people how hard it is. People just really don't understand what it takes to move this country. They really don't understand it. And that's why my belief is, yes, for example, did you guys know that law enforcement, they have some kind of program where at 55 and above, if they're retired, any kind of heart issues, they get taken care of for free. Absolutely for free, because their hearts throughout their career, the adrenaline rush and the adrenaline dump of what they have to go through in their industry over their 20 years of service, it wears out their heart. So what do we do as a nation? We take care of them, and we should. That's a good thing. What about truck drivers? Why do we crap? Go ahead. Well, you're not in the wrong profession. It's just people don't take care of us, and they should. If our average lifespan is 62 years old, what does that tell you? What does that tell you what the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual effects are of truck driving? And I'm not saying truck driving isn't, I mean, it's in my blood. I love truck driving, but it does come at a high cost. Nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to reward it. Everybody just wants to take advantage of it. Everybody wants to create a new job off the driver or the small carrier. That's what everybody does. They create more and more jobs that are not needed. Like the ELD. The ELD, in my opinion, was never needed. We provided trucking and ran the economy for how many years without the ELD? So now it's just, and I get it. We need to provide more jobs with more people that come into the world, but not at the expense of hurting other people. And that's what we're doing in the trucking industry.
If you've been in it long enough, you know the old phrase, you know, the moment you stop, the moment you go.
I believe it.
The sad part about it is that's, I guess, hell, why some of us have stayed in it so damn long.
I believe it. That's why I say I think I don't know, 1,500 miles a week would be good. Get paid 3 times more and run 1,500 miles a week. And if you want to run more, you run more, but you don't have to. It should be a living wage at 1,500 miles a week, because it takes from the body. We're not designed to sit for 11 hours, you know?
Just a normal 40-hour shift.
Yeah.
40-hour work week. We can knock that out what, 2.5 days?
2.5 days. Yeah, that's a part-time job, trucking 40 hours. Man, I remember my first like 4 or 5 months. There were a couple times where I was like, how do these drivers do it? How in the hell do they do it? And now after 11 years, my body is, I mean, 8 hours is just the start of the day. 8 hours it's a joke, you know? Sleeping 4 or 5 hours is just a normal once a week thing, you know, because of the way how loads work, you know. That clock don't matter, and that's what the government doesn't get. The clock doesn't matter. There are hundreds of thousands of people doing what they have to do, drivers doing what they have to do to get these loads across the country to the places they need to go on time to make this country function. It is what it is. Thank you for the follow, 312. All right, do y'all have what? Oh, I was just gonna say I gotta get going. My two boys are in here. We gotta pray and hit the hay. Is there anything else y'all want to say before we go?
No, you go enjoy your own time.
All righty. Sorry about that, Scott. Next time, man. Get a new Bluetooth, Scott. Yeah, it's not even really home time right now, brother, but I get what you're saying. It's I'm just taking care of the kids while she's in the hospital with our other son, you know. But yeah. Oh, Sean just kidding.
It's not about the time, it's the quality of time.
You're right.
You know?
Brother, I just learned that about 2 years ago. You're absolutely right. Just keep the relationships going, you know what I mean? It's easy to get in that truck. You know, you have peace in the truck all the time. You have no issues. And then you want to be home though. You want to be with the kids. You want to be with the wife. But then you get home and you have all the problems that you're not used to and the noises and the stress of just life. And then you're like, I want to be in the truck. So then you get in the truck and you're like, well, now I want to. And it's like you can't win in your head, right? You can't win no matter where you are. What do you do? Yeah. All right, brother. Well, you have a great night. Keep the shiny side up and the dirty side down. And check out those 2 videos I'm going to post tomorrow. I'm going to post a 2-part video. And tell me what you think. You know, DM me or comment and tell me what you think. It's pretty. I spent like 4 hours on that video just showing pictures of every senator involved in trucking. There's 28 out of 100. So it's pretty good. I haven't seen one video like it yet anywhere on social media. So I think this will be one to keep so that we can all like work off that video. Does that make sense? And people can all make their own versions. And that's what it's about, right? I do something I think and you pull your great ideas off that and you run with it and everybody does that. And hopefully we get somewhere.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll check them out, man.
All right, cool. All right, brother. Take care and have a great day. All right. All right, you too. Jane, any last words?
Just give your kids a big hug for me.
All righty. Will do. It looks like. Go ahead. What?
Go spend time with them.
I'm gonna. It looks like I'll probably be back to work Sunday. But yeah, the one son that's in the hospital, he'll be home Friday. It looks like my dad's out of the hospital, so that's good. But for the next month though, I'm gonna be bouncing back and forth Los Angeles to Reno. Just we're cleaning up my dad's property and we're preparing it for my whole family to go down there once a month and help him and my stepmom to take care of him while he's sick. So it's a blessing for sure because he finally gets it. What's important after he almost lost his life last week in the hospital, he finally gets it that things are not important, people are important. You know. So yeah. Some people do. Yeah. All right, Jane. Well, have a good one. Tell Mike I said hi and keep up the good work. All right. Good night. Bye. Sean says real quick, I'm going to work. Whoops. I'm sorry. I'm going to work on this $200 million that they are going to give for free parking. Nice. That's what we should do, right? Why are we trucking? We should just let's come up with our own studies. And you know what, Sean, you and I, we can sit around, like we can go to, oh, I don't know. We can go to Mammoth, or no, we can go to Bishop, California, in the middle of nowhere. We could put on yellow hats and we could just walk around and say we need $1 million to figure out if this is a good parking spot or not for truck drivers. Get it? I'm sure you get it. He says he's going to. Sean Whitewood says he's going to keep them in check to make sure that they spend the money right away. Yeah, sure they are. Yeah, it does sound like fun. All right, everybody. We're going to get out of here. Thank you so much. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate all you beautiful people. I really do. Thank you for engaging and sticking around. Oh, and Audrey, you just now come on. Oh, Audrey, you missed it. Audrey says if you own a business, you can submit a proposal to do it. There we go. Hey, we should do that. Sean, we should she knows what she's talking about. If y'all don't know Audrey or Sean, go follow both of them in the chat. Both amazing people. They know what they're talking about. They're really smart people, great people. They love America. They do good for people all the time. So go follow those two. They're good people to have in your corner. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys for the likes, the comments, the follows, reposting, to sharing it, to getting it out there on YouTube and Facebook as well. Thank you for coming in. Remember, tomorrow I'm going to be putting out a 2-part video. I spent 4 hours on this video for everyone to work off of it. What I mean by that is I'm giving you my idea of what I think about it, what I think about these senators. And I want to know what you guys think. And I want you guys to go make videos too. If you feel inspired, go make your own videos on how do we tackle this problem. So there's 28 senators in the United States Senate Committee on Commerce, Science, and Transportation. They are involved heavily in the trucking industry, okay? They all think that trucking is fine. Yeah, easy to say, Mr. Ted Cruz. When you are worth $11.24 million, I'm sure trucking is fine for you because you're not suffering in a truck 320 days a year. You're not going to lose your life probably on average at 62 years old, right? You're going to live a nice, comfortable life. So my point here is, Ted Cruz, you work for us. I say that respectfully. You work for us. We hired you. Your job is to make our pursuit of happiness good. So that's what I did with these 28 senators. I basically, I'm showing you the 28 senators, who they are, what state they're from, how much money, what their net worth is. And I'm also giving one problem per 28. So it's a 2-part series. They're 10 minutes long. They're long, but if you can stomach watching them, there's a little bit of comedy in there too, to try to keep you engaged and entertained as you're sitting there in boredom, because politics can be very boring. My apologies, but please check it out. Let me know what you think and make your own videos off these 28 senators out of the 100 senators in the United States of America that are involved in trucking that should take care of small carriers and truck drivers. It's my opinion only. Tell me what you think. Yep. Thank you, Audrey. I appreciate it. You stay safe as well. I love every one of you. Thank you, Trucker family. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate you. 1 Corinthians 16, 13, and 14. Be on your guard. Stand still in the faith. Be courageous. Be strong. Do everything in love. A truck driver is supposed to be trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. And on my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, and to obey the truck law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. So everybody, have a great, okay, Load Shark, I will. I already sent it to you once, but I'll send you my number again. Everybody, don't call me tonight though, tomorrow, all right? Everybody, have a great night. Keep the shiny side up and the dirty side down. Come on, have a good one. Later, guys. Thanks for coming in. Later.